What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Regis Prograis, Teofimo Lopez. Get this. Regis Prograis on Teofimo. He says that he needs to come over to Matchroom to get paid what he's worth. Regis Prograis sympathizes greatly with his rival, Teofimo Lopez. Prograis, which is the WBC 140-pound titleist, stated in a recent interview that Lopez, the newly crowned WBO titleist, needs to come over to his side of the promotional pond, Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing, for the kind of paydays that he apparently cannot get with his current team. Lopez, 25, surprised fans last week by beating Josh Taylor convincingly, and Prograis, who flirted with signing Lopez's promoter before inking the deal with Hearn, isn't convinced that Lopez has actually retired. Okay, he says no, he doesn't think so, Prograis said. He said, obviously, hell no. He said, you know what, man? He needs to come over to Matchroom and get paid. That's what he needs to do. He said he retired. They gave him $1 million for that fight. That's insane, bro. They feeding them breadcrumbs to the birds. You know, if they give you $1 million for that fight, it's true, man. They need to pay him what he's worth. He got $1 million for that. That's just terrible. I definitely don't think that he's going to retire, though. It's on his mind right now, but the money is always the biggest motivator. If he faces me or Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody big, he'll come back, and I know that all of those fights are big fights, so I think his next fight will be the biggest purse he's ever got by far. I don't think he's retired. I think that's all bullshit. Those are the words of Regis Prograis, and let me counterpunch. I agree, and I will say this. If you heard Teofimo Lopez talk about him being retired, talking about getting his baby, fighting for his son, and then the $1 million that he offered, or that he got for fighting, is bullshit because his wife has taken half of that, why would he retire now? Yes, he relinquished the WBO, okay, but he's still the Ring magazine. He's still lineal. So he still holds some clout. Even with or without the belts, he still holds clout because he's the guy that's done that twice now. Okay, so looking at what we have, if you had to look at anything, you would think about having time off to fight for his son in court, and the money is not enough for what he was doing. So what Regis is saying, why don't you come to Eddie Hearn Matchroom? Because you guys can remember when him and his father were talking to Eddie Hearn, and they had that big debacle because Teofimo was talking to Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn was, was being accused of talking and fraternizing with other promoters' fighters. You remember that? And that's when Bob got heated and pissed off because he seen that little clip of Teofimo talking and his father talking to Eddie Hearn. So I think what Regis is overlooking, though, is that he's still under contract with ESPN. So it would be best for him to retire, to relinquish some shit, to get out of that contract in order to bypass all that, because he's still with ESPN, and he knows that. And I think this is the way to get out of that contract. But I think if he was smart, he would do exactly what Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford, Floyd Money Mayweather did. Buy him, Andy Ruiz as well, buy himself out of that contract so he doesn't have to worry about the drama from Top Rank. Top Rank is a great promotional outfit to start with. It's never to end with. It's always that good starter promotional company because Bob Arum knows how to get you going and flowing and sign you a good deal for a couple, like 5 or 6 fights, and give you a couple mil. But if you want to get ambitious, that's not the way to stay. The way to go is somewhere else, anywhere else. More than likely Eddie Hearn or somebody else that can produce the type of money that you need. Look at Devin Haney, $8 million. What? You know what I mean? Even Leonard Ellaby said he wouldn't pay that. So yes, you earn with Hearn. Bars. So at the end of the day, I believe that Teofimo Lopez needs to go somewhere that he's respected, because obviously that's what I can extract from that statement he said right after he said that he wants to retire. He's tired, and I'm getting $1 million. That's absolutely BS. That's it. It's the motivating factor of what he needs to be fighting for. I think he should get paid. I agree with Regis Prograis. You guys tell me what you think of Regis Prograis' prediction or suggestion for Teofimo Lopez in the future. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!